Hi everybody, this is Kim Mullins, your course instructor. I want to take a moment just to provide a quick overview to the course and to orient you to how to navigate through the course and point out some important information. So the course is titled Instructional Design and Leadership. The first half of the course, more or less, will focus on the leadership piece. We will be talking about advocacy for school libraries, and you'll actually be creating a program rationale, which is very important, especially in the climate of school libraries. But the majority of the course will focus on instructional design. We will actually be using the Understanding by Design model by Wiggins and McTighe to design a technology-based activity or lesson. And that will be the primary aspect of the course. In terms of navigation, on the left-hand side, I have the content broken up into some general information about the course. Then there is the course content, which will give you a week-by-week overview of the activities and the assignments required by you. And then down at the bottom are just some support links. So let's take a look at the course syllabus quickly. I certainly want you to spend more time reviewing this. The course description and the textbook are here at top. There are two textbooks that you'll primarily be using. One is the Nancy Pickering Thomas book, and the other one is the AASL Standards for the 21st Century in Action. These books we do have as ebooks available through our digital collection at the library. A couple of things to think about in lieu of depending on these. Keep in mind that these are primary texts that are going to be used by you throughout certainly your academic career here, but also after you leave here and get your school library position. So they are definitely books worth purchasing. Also to keep in mind, when it comes to ebooks, we have limited licenses for multi or simultaneous users, so they may not always be available to you online, but it is an alternative for you. I just want to scroll through and point out some additional aspects of the course. This is fully online, this course. There are 4 optional face-to-face meetings that we have scheduled. They will take place in Brentwood. It is strictly up to you whether you want to show up. The classes are informal. They are unstructured. So we can use them as office hours, or if there's a group of you that want to go through an assignment, I just know that I will be there if you decide that you need to come and get some support. The other requirement of this particular course is 25 observation hours in a primary and secondary setting. It doesn't quite matter how you split those hours. It's important, though, that you complete all of those hours. It's a requirement for the course, but also for your state certification. Okay, so that will go onto your permanent record. And there is an assignment that is attached to this field experience, these observation hours, and that assignment mimics what you will actually do during your student teaching as part of your Ed TPA requirement. So I have that well laid out. I'll show you where that assignment is, but it's important that you get started as soon as possible with your placements and start thinking about what you need to do to complete that assignment. If you need help finding a site, B. Baden has a tremendous number of contacts, and she has offered to help find placement. So I have her contact information, her email within the syllabus, so you can take a look at that. Questions for the instructor. So if you need to get in touch with me, you have questions, there are a couple of ways you can do it. There is a discussion board on Blackboard where you can post questions and I will get back to you. Just know that those questions are available for everyone to see. But you also can contact me, preferably through my email, my school email here at LIU, or my phone here at LIU. I've also included my cell phone number, which is available preferably for more urgent matters. But if you need to text me or give me a call on my cell phone, that's okay as well. There are a number of resources that are included in this course that are available through the library as ebooks. Just keep in mind that when you're working remotely, you'll have to log on to the remote access server here by using your My LIU credentials. Just something to keep in mind. Okay, and the rest of this is fairly standard within the syllabus. Just let me know if you have any questions about that. I've also included a course outline. Okay, that gives you a breakdown, of sort of a summary of week to week, what we'll be doing, the objectives, the activities, the assignments. This is a fairly stringent course in terms of the number of assignments. They're not terribly difficult, but because I don't get to see you face to face, I just need to know that you have a thorough understanding of what we're doing within the course. So there are a number of ways that I will assess that, and it's largely through reports. There'll be blog entries, there'll be journal entries, and then there will be a final project for you, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. But here is a breakdown from week to week. I've also included a calendar because there are so many assignments and varying due dates. You could always use the calendar that will list for you when things are due. So essentially, since we started on Tuesday, I expect most of the assignments to be submitted by the following Monday so that we can start fresh every Tuesday. And that's why you'll see that all the assignments are due on Mondays. I've also done, I'm trying not to confuse you, but to give you a couple of ways in which you can keep track of assignments. I've just broken down a list of what all those assignments are, the number of journal entries, the blog entries. There's a PowerPoint assignment. There is an instructional methodology report and with discussion. There is our design template that you'll be filling out to design your technology activity. So in the end, you'll actually be creating a technology-based activity or a lesson based on your design. And here are all of the assignments and the point values that are assigned to them. Okay, and also under assignments, there are just a listing of the assignments and direct links to where those assignments are in the course. Just another way of you accessing the assignments, which essentially are all laid out in the week-to-week content section. So every week there will be a little overview, a text overview. I also will include an audio message that just to clarify what we're doing for the week, providing some updates based on feedback I'm getting or things that are happening within the course. And then everything that is assigned for that week is located below in that section for the class. So for week 1, I want you to take a moment and introduce yourself. I've included a little video vignette on who I am, my background, and a little bit about my family and my personal life. Just because we are not meeting technically face to face doesn't mean we can't create a community of learners and get to know each other. So I strongly encourage you to post something and to try to build relationships through the course. There are 2 assignments for the first week. That doesn't necessarily mean they're due at the end of the week. The assignments themselves will, once you open up the folder, you'll get the assignment outline. Okay, this is to read a very small section of the Thomas book and then provide a blog entry based on your learning style. Every assignment is laid out the same. It gives you the due date and the point value. Okay, and also, so underneath that assignment is also the tool that you'll be using to submit that assignment. So in this particular case, it's a blog. So you would just click Create Blog Entry, and you can respond to that assignment. Included is a rubric, which you can click on and view here. And I will do my best to grade within, the week after the assignment is due. And you could always check back or under the grading center to see what your assignments are. I'm sure they're all going to be wonderful. You also have a journal entry for the week, and also is an outline of the field observation assignment that I spoke about before. So take a moment to read through this thoroughly. Let me know if you have any questions. Keep in mind that this is not due until the end of the semester, but again, it's something you want to get started on right away. There's also a link to the observation hours where you'll record your hours. Now you can print this out and write it in, but it needs to come back to me, so you would have to either fax it or scan it and email it, or this is a Word document, you can just actually record your information, the log information within this form. And essentially is the date that you're visiting the school, the time that you went in, time you came out, the number of hours, and just under the comments section, just a line or two about what happened that day, what you saw, what your experience was, nothing major. And EdTPA is asking that you try to experience as many diverse target populations or different types of students as possible. So not a requirement, but just tick off the number of hours here that you've spent in these diverse populations. Okay, and so that's all that's required of the log. You do not need signatures from your teacher, your cooperating teacher. It's just your personal log that we will put on file here. And then you have the week to week. I will only post the next couple of weeks so as not to overwhelm you. But again, they're laid out exactly the same. I've tried to include very specific instructions, but always remember you can contact me with any questions. Down at the bottom under support is again a listing of the ways that you can contact me. Here's the bibliography of different resources that we'll be using within the course, even though they are embedded within the course content for each week. And here is Blackboard Help, which I certainly recommend that you take a look at, particularly when it comes to the various tools that we'll be using. Okay, so I hope this is enough to get you started. I look forward to interacting and learning more about you and hearing about your experiences and sharing some wonderful information this semester. So good luck to everybody, and hopefully I'll see you, if not virtually, very soon.